Hello and welcome to another episode of Never a Straight Answer Extra, the bonus podcast we put out midweek because we're just generally quite nice like that, and we've got shit tons of news that we didn't get through in the main episode, so we thought we'd sling out something midweek to get us over the midweek hump.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'm Gaz, your host, and joined in the bunker as always is Mr. T.
In the Taylor.
How's it going?
Yeah, not too bad. Busy bee.
Yeah, man. I've got to go, I think Bristol for a few days.
Bristol?
Next week. Yeah.
Oh, I don't mind going Bristol.
Yeah, Bristol's a nice place,
and
isn't
again,
it? I've been once or twice, I think. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be nice.
Yeah, I like to go in and out every now and again.
I'll get me head in the Bristols.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ship shape Bristol fashion.
Yeah.
So, like I say, we've got plenty of news to get through.
Yeah.
We've got quite a few funny stories that are just stupid, to be honest. I think sometimes I wonder what this world's coming to.
Well, yeah. Yeah, weird but wonderful.
It's a wonderful world to live, isn't it? And I think to myself,
yeah.
What a wonderful world. Well, anyway... we'll kick off the show with this one. A man jailed for carrying out a bank robbery. Guess what he was armed with?
A cricket bat.
No. So actually, that's a pretty offensive weapon if you think about it. I mean, Shaun of the Dead took out a few zombies with the cricket bat.
That's true.
This man was jailed for robbing doing an armed robbery in a bank, armed only with a banana and a Sainsbury's carrier bag.
Oh,
yeah, so the man told the Barclays staff, "This is a stick-up, give us the cash," whilst pointing a banana at him, and then he was given 14 months in prison
14
for
months?
it. Lawrence, is it Voldemort?
Voldemort.
Lawrence Voldemort convinced staff that his banana was a gun.
Stupid
so they handed over 1,100 in £20 banknotes.
Is that it?
He raided the bank in Bournemouth, Dorset, leaving the staff terrified. And then he approached two police officers, telling them that he'd just carried out a bank robbery. So I don't know why he just gave himself up. But then they didn't believe him. And then just sent him away. Sent him on his way.
So he wanted to go back.
Come on then, son, you fucking wasting my time.
He could be arrested for wasting police time.
Well, he did the crime.
I would have put the
and he was
charge in.
wanting to get the time, but he didn't. And
Why did
basically,
he want to get the time? What was he plugging something in?
I don't understand why you do that and then try and hand yourself in if you just got away with it as well. But I suppose he's thinking
probably
he's going to
get on the way out.
He was going to get in shit. Well, there was cameras in there, and there is pictures of him. Voldemort then walked to another 2 miles to the police station where he was arrested for robbery.
Fucking idiot.
A court heard that he carried out the robbery because he wanted to be arrested.
Yeah.
So he would have a roof over his head because he was being evicted.
Oh shit.
So he went to the branch of the Nationwide with his banana and walked out because there was too many people in the bank. And then went to the Barclays instead.
See.
So
I would have spent the money first off.
Well,
I would have had myself a nice dinner first.
I'm not being funny, mate, but if it was rent arrears or something like that,
could have paid it off.
Could have paid your rent.
Could
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Solve everything.
Yeah.
I'm not being funny. I mean, getting arrested. Why? I think that's logical.
Yeah.
And to be fair, some could argue that these homeless on the streets, and
there are people that have done this before,
and people they get arrested because it's a place to stay, and they're getting fed every day. Do you know what I mean? And it's like you get to hang out with your friends and play pool, and whatever the situation is.
Yeah.
But it's like this guy has obviously had issues and problems, but because no one is out to help. There's a vast majority of too many people to help, actually, isn't there, at the moment?
There is, there's far too many in the government.
But this is a case of this guy, he's... Could you argue, though, that it was a cry for help, or he didn't really... Because, obviously, he is wasting police time. It was a cry
for help because...
Well, he's robbed a bank and then immediately gone and handed himself in.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's not spent the money.
So he's... Oh, yeah, that's why he hasn't got more of a sentence. If he would have spent the money, I would have had more lack of a roof over his head for a little bit more. longer.
Yeah, he should have gone on the run for a little bit.
Then again, you don't want to be sat in there, you know what I mean? You don't want to be in there. You want to go out, you know. You want to be able to you know, go back to your own house, what you want, do what you want while you're in prison. You're doing what either the bigger boys are saying or the guards.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Or you.
But you're not kind of leaving yourself open to whatever kind of comes across you in the street if you're sleeping rough. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but true. But do you reckon there's more chance of you getting hurt or fucked up in prison or out on the streets?
Well, a bit of both, really. I think it's like depends. I think
there
if
is
you're on the
no
street,
beds out there that keep fucking
of course.
up.
I mean, you've got not only other people who are sleeping rough, but you've also got dickheads on night out.
Yeah.
You've got
Totally.
people moving you along. You
Yeah.
can't stay in one place.
Yeah,
Whereas
the new
if you've
roller trying
got
to
a kind
bring
of a cell, they're kind of thinking, well, I've got my own space. I've got a room. I've got
Well, they're
food.
looking at right. There was a story we told quite a bit ago now about. I think it was a case of America where they were moving people out of the city. You know, people who were sleeping on the streets. They were moving them out of the city.
Yeah.
Now, they are looking in our country, in England at the minute. There's an old rule to bringing in to get do the same thing in this country to get people out of the city. It comes illegal to be sleeping on the streets.
So what? That just means they're rather moving out into the suburbs.
Yeah,
but then
which causes more problems. Farmers, for one. You know, where they're going to get food. Oh, there's chicken hut over there.
Oh, yeah,
I'll get that. You
course,
know, all that kind of issues. Leaving litter. You know.
Well, obviously, as well. I mean,
along.
they gravitate towards like high built up areas like city centres because. Well, not only that, there's more traffic.
Yeah.
Which means there's more potential for somebody to give
Help
them a hand out.
Yeah.
Right. So. At the end of the day, if you kind of push them out into the suburbs, where there's less people,
you're not.
Then
there's
they're
going to
not
be more
good.
deaths.
I'm not being funny. Yeah, they're not eating as much. They're not.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, I saw a guy who was begging the other day, and he pulled out his phone, and he had quite a top of the range smartphone. And I thought, well, not only the fact that you've got a smartphone, where you're charging it. Yeah, and keeping it.
There are certain places.
Of course, but like you know, at the end of the day, it's like you know, some people are out there and they're opportunists and they're kind of career beggars.
You know what?
I
was thinking exactly that. I was going to say them cocksuckers who are out there.
I mean, obviously, it's nice to be nice and it's good to be generous to these, you know, the less fortunate.
Yeah.
But obviously,
there are
be
people who take
careful
advantage.
because of people out there who do take advantage and make sure, you know. I used to kind of like buy this guy a pair of gloves at winter, sort of Christmas time.
Yeah,
I felt like he always appreciated it. So.
Yeah. They do appreciate stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's not. They're not all that out there to beg on the streets. I mean, a lot of them in this country are still working.
Yeah, they sell the big issue and stuff as well.
Yeah, no, I mean working a proper job, like, 9 to 5 job. And
so what's the issue then? I mean, is it just because
stuff like benefits in that? Because a lot of people, I think it works out 8 million people are on benefits.
Well, I know that people are, obviously, and I know that people are kind of like, you know, the economy has been shit, and it's meant that families who do work, they're able to pay the bills and feed the kids, but it's leaving them short, and they can't eat, so they're hitting food banks and stuff like that. So you know,
food banks are just growing as well again, growing even more. And it's ridiculous, you know what I mean? It's absolutely ridiculous. But I've got a story it's a bit cheery, but it's a bit dangerous as well.
Right, go for it.
Well, there's two on YouTube. There was a guy with beer, German beer. They were Germans, and they had helium in it.
Right.
And they were drinking it.
Okay, so what, they were pumping helium into the beer?
For some reason, I don't know how.
Wait, no, so basically, like, they've carbonated it with helium.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And drank it. And now someone's done it with gin. And I don't think it's that sensible to do, realistically, with it.
Is this just your opinion?
This is my opinion, because it's the second one I've seen and I think it's getting a little too dangerous.
Yeah, I know, but what has there been any fatalities? Is it what's the effects?
Yeah, there will be.
What's the effects?
What's the effects? Well, first off,
you have a drink of your gin and you start talking funny.
Where's it go? It takes the air out of your brain.
Right.
The first
no,
thing.
it takes the
It takes the air. It swaps the air. It does.
No, what happens with helium? It's just the fact that it's heavier than air.
Yeah. Where's it go?
Right.
Up.
No, it goes into your lungs.
No,
it goes into your lungs, and then those molecules are broken down into your bloodstream.
Yes.
Right. So that's it.
Which
fair enough.
Goes to it ends up going to your
yeah,
brain.
well, you could argue, mate. Have you not seen the streets are absolutely littered with those little gas canisters?
Yes.
Those right, and that's kids pumping it into a balloon and inhaling that.
Oh, yeah,
now that's actually laughing gas, isn't it?
Yeah, helium.
Well, no, it's not helium. It's it's nitrous oxide. Right.
Yes,
right?
You are right.
So they're taking like a hit of this I'm not even sure, because these capsules, I thought they were carbon monoxide, because like, do you know when it can't be carbon monoxide, can it?
Carbon.
Do you know what because they're used for whipping cream. Yeah. They're used to put in a machine that whips cream, right? So it turns it into frothy cream.
More frothy,
in cafes and stuff like that, right? And bars, right? So when I see these little canisters all over the place, I think that's what they use for whipping cream.
Yeah.
So is this what they're inhaling?
Yeah.
And I've seen it. I think laughing gas.
Dangerous, man. It really is.
It's great when you're at the dentist.
Yeah. Or in the back of the ambulance. But there are people there who know what they're doing.
Balloon sales and whipped cream canisters have gone up rapidly because I keep seeing them everywhere I look.
I've seen loads in Spain.
Oh, they're all over the place,
Loads in Spain where they're like sucking a balloon.
I see them. I'd be cycling down the street and they're just there all over the place. Now, me and our kid used to call them hippy crack.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that kind of phrase actually took off. I'm not saying I coined it or we coined it, but like we took the piss and saying, "Oh yeah, there's them like hippy crack." Yeah,
I think it's a good.
And
thing.
Then it was hitting headlines with hippy crack hits the
It's the UK,
and he was like, "What is it? Was it just because we kind of like were astute, and then we just cottoned onto it ourselves?"
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's generally what people are calling it because everyone's addicted to these fucking canisters. Hippy crack. Anyway, yeah. So what's your opinion is what's next is like laughing gas champagne.
Oh yeah, I can see that. I think there's a number, but then again, I don't think it works.
Oh yeah.
I think it's fake.
Nitrous Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I think it's fake.
Really?
I do think it's fake.
What, and it's a placebo and these people are like getting...
I don't believe it.
Alright, fair enough.
I think it's fake, but it's a new like little craze out there.
I've got a mad story that I don't know if I can believe or not, and I just don't know because like, do you know when the back of your head, where your skull meets the thingy, have you got like a little bump?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have as well, right? And for you, it's uncomfortable when you... See, that's what I say. It's where I plug into the Matrix.
The Matrix, yeah.
Right. So, but it's uncomfortable when you're in the bath because it kind of pokes on the back of the bath. You can't get your head flush.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, scientists now are saying that there's been a surge of mysterious horns growing in the skull and behind the skull, and they're blaming it on smartphones. Well, it's weird, isn't it? I mean, they're saying young people are growing these horns at the back of the skulls in a bizarre new body deformity that has been blamed for extensive use of smartphones. Scientists have discovered that the bizarre horn are growing an increasing amount in young people, and the shock revelation found that the abnormal bone growth apparently is to be strange side effect of constant hunching over their smartphones. So you could argue that it wasn't just smartphones. We could be from personally, child of the 80s, played a lot of video games. Bending over, reading a book. For God's sake, you could be hunched over. It's all about your personal posture. Right, now is it a case of that we need to be drumming into our kids how to sit up fucking straight? Simple as that. Right, and because like I say, I'm not a youngster. Yeah,
No,
but I've got
you're
one of
not
those.
Man U,
But
no.
I've got one of those bumps on back at head.
Yeah, same here.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Take them in the church.
now
If they
probably,
burn, you know they're the devil's son.
you can argue that it's just down to our posture, but
Yeah,
you're blaming it
I
on
put that on,
smartphones. Now I think
it is
now there is, because I've just
an issue with
recently
that.
done
Yeah.
a training thing,
Right.
for work. And it was like, you know how it is. You start a new thing, you got to go through all the training, right?
Yeah,
and
all
it's
the
all
boring
stuff you've
shit.
covered before. But like generally, this one was, they called it. They had a term for it. It's called text neck, right? It's called text neck, and it's basically from extensive use of your smartphone. Because when you're on your smartphone, you don't hold it up flushly in front of your face,
you don't.
like and look directly at it.
No.
You look down at it, which obviously means that your head's
More
not
tilt.
Yeah, exactly. You're looking down. You get a bad neck ache, and
you
it
do.
travels down your shoulders,
Yeah.
and you get headaches and all the rest
Yeah.
of it, right? So
Start
the term
having
for it is text neck,
Yeah.
right? Now,
I've texted
this is what they're talking about. This is years and years of people sat there,
using your body.
sat over computer games, sat over the computers, sat over smartphones, books, tablets, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And again, I think it's all down to the way you hold yourself and the posture.
Yeah,
so,
but I think we haven't learnt from the past of. Don't forget all this bending over and that into computers and that is from what, let's say 60s, where it was more. It started to get a bit more.
we're all going to revert back
Yeah.
to being like Tyrannosaurus Rex,
I
like
weren't
where
never
we're like
Tyrannus.
hunched over,
I was
with our little hands.
I was ape
You can't
shoving
see
your
it,
cake.
but I'm doing an impression right now.
You
Like,
are.
yeah, I've got my cat.
Yeah, boxing match. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Well,
So,
yeah, I don't think. I think it's just the posture. Basically, that we need to sort that out. But I've got some news on possible. Well, there's two candidates now for Prime Minister of
PM.
the UK.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Boris Johnson and
Good old Boris.
Yeah, Jeremy Hunt. The good
Yeah,
old
well,
Jeremy Hunt.
I like a bit of Jeremy Cunt.
Well, yeah, I like lick it and fuck it, but I wouldn't like it to run my country.
Well, fair enough. I think he's do you know what, right? When I was watching the Prime Minister, they turned it into a reality show.
Yeah.
It's like, who will be here in the next round of the Prime Minister?
Oh, you're...
And then it's like, we're getting phone-ins next going, like, voting for our Prime Minister because he's on a game show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
Yeah.
But it was interesting to watch.
Well, we've got a month for this now.
Have we?
Them two,
Well, there's only those
thinking.
two left now, isn't it?
Yeah, but
So,
they've this evening about what was it, about 10 to 4, they did a live event where they brought Boris up and he asked questions to Boris, and Boris
rebuttaled.
answered, in front of the people who were going to vote for either him or Jeremy Hunt, and Jeremy Hunt coming half an hour later. Now the first question, and it pissed the crowd off this as well, because it come the first, second and third
I did notice
question.
that Boris didn't he does that typical politician thing though, where he kind of like skirts around it and gives you a different answer. I did notice that on the thing on that
Well, I had
show.
an issue.
He kind of went, oh well, and then. But the thing
because they were
thing is though, it made me laugh though, because what happens is when all of those questions were being directed at the candidates, right?
You were about the five of them?
Yeah, right. So you've got five candidates there, right? Now they all work for the Conservative Party as is in different departments, right? So they were all pumping out. Yeah, well, when I'm the Prime Minister, I've got an agenda there already written out that says I'm going to do this, that, and the other for the environment. I'm going to do this, that, and the other for that, right? And all Boris Johnson had to say was, well, if I'm the Prime Minister, I'm going to do all that, what they've just said, because they're all under me and they've already got it lined out, so why wouldn't I let you do what you want to do anyway? Do you know what I mean? And that's how he came across. He was like, they're all saying, well, I've got this all worked out, that we want to do this. But Boris Johnson was going, well...
He's more laid back.
I'll when I'm Prime Minister, I'll have all your ideas, I'll do all your ideas. So,
yeah, but they always say that.
It was kind of, I felt it was kind of like cheeky in a way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think it was kind of cheeky, but not as cheeky as the presenter this afternoon. He was saying to him, like, first question, right, I reckon the people would like to know about because it was live on the internet as well. About why the police was at your house at 4:20.
I heard about this.
12 last night.
What were they doing at his house?
Well, apparently one of the neighbours had called the police and said that there was some screaming and whatever.
From Boris's house?
From Boris's house, and you could hear it on the streets apparently. So the police went round at 12:24 and went in there. No one got arrested. Everyone was all right, and the police left. And now that he was asked once, he said it was like his private life. There was nothing towards went on. Police were happy. The people in the house were happy. The neighbours were happy about it. And it's over and done with. It's basically got nothing to do with you. It's my private life.
Right.
So it was the crowd was like, yeah, we agree with you there. So then the interviewer again said, yeah, but what would you... And he was just kept... It ended up coming to be the first, second and third question. He was trying to answer it without actually answering the question. But he couldn't because, he doesn't want to, and he doesn't have to if he don't want to. We're talking about being a Prime Minister, not talking about his
what's he getting up to? If he's spanking his missus upstairs and she's giving off a bit of a sexy scream...
she's loving it. It's probably him who's screaming.
Then, exactly.
More
so
than
what's up with that? So it's like someone's called the police in because they've heard these noises coming from his house.
Which in one way it's right, but in another way it's wrong because when the cameras were there in the morning, you saw
you never know. It could have been an assassination attempt. You know what? How George Harrison fucking jumped over his wall and attacked him in his own home. Do you know what I mean? At night when he's supposed to be safe. You never know. Maybe they are right to have called the police.
If they thought there was something wrong, then it's your duty to...
Potential for future Prime Minister, isn't it, at the end of the day, so,
Exactly, and he's getting hit from everywhere at the moment over bullshit, basically. But it looks like, in the morning, the cameras went across his car and he had 2 parking tickets and someone shoved a big label on there saying I'd rather have Boris as my neighbour than my Prime Minister.
Shit.
And I went, that was an attack. That was an attack on him.
Yeah, that's it. Was that maybe it was the person who would kind of...
Called the police.
Well, maybe it was just one of those kind of hoaxes where it was just, when you see these Twitchers on not Twitchers in bird watching, but people who use the platform Twitch for gaming. There's been a few instances where I think it's called swatting.
Oh, right.
So what they'll do is they'll be on the game, playing the fucking Fortnite or whatever. And one of the viewers have contacted the police and said that there's been firearms or whatever.
Oh yes.
Right, in a property where this gamer is. So next
Big
minute,
in America, that.
So what he's playing his game. Next minute, his fucking door comes off and a SWAT team come in.
Yes.
And the kid's like, "What the fuck?"
That is some fucked up shit.
I don't recommend you do that. Don't go out doing stuff like that. But
it's wasting police time, or someone else could be getting hurt at the same time,
and that SWAT team could be, used for something else more important.
Exactly. That's what they're there for. They're not there to play fun and games.
Yeah, SWAT teams are for life, not just for Christmas.
Yeah. Remember it. Yeah. Remember it.
I've got a couple of little stories. Basically, RoboCop.
Oh, we've got a RoboCop.
RoboCop are hitting the streets of LA. Well, it's when I say RoboCop and when I say streets.
My days.
This is an egg-shaped robot that has been kind of released in the parks in LA to kind of combat troublemakers, I suppose. It does. It looks like a love egg crossed with a TARDIS, right? Crossed with a Dalek. I say TARDIS.
Well,
right. It's basically, if you can imagine what those two things, and it's got police strapped all over it.
Yeah.
So it roams around the parks of LA. The device is moving, speaking surveillance camera, and it relays.
Oh, it speaks to you as well.
Yeah. Well, it's probably got. Well, it links straight to the police headquarters. You see. So when it takes pictures.
Why haven't you got a hat on?
Exactly. It takes pictures. It sends them back to headquarters.
Okay.
Now I assume. Have you ever seen a Weeble?
A Weeble?
Yeah, there was a kid's toy that, you know, Weebles, they wobble, but they don't fall down.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this might be a long shot, yeah, but I'm assuming the shape of this is for those reasons. That if they were to push, someone was to try and push it over.
Yeah, criminal.
Yeah, criminal. Because I mean, obviously, it's like you leave one of your expensive robots roaming around the streets. You know,
the criminals would rather go out there and take
somebody would try and push it over or kind of disarm it or you know whatever. You know, like immobilize it, right?
Yeah, that's a word.
So if you try pushing it over, but I'm assuming it's the love egg shape. Yeah.
Like so someone would go and sit on it.
You know, if you pushed it over, it'd just pop back up like a Weeble.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't see that.
Why?
Nah, because if you really want to stop that, well, if it's a live feed all the time, then all you'd have to do is press a button for it to have, like, maybe a couple of fucking
jetpack, a little wingsuit.
Little legs. To stop it from tilting, you can't tilt me, you bastard. Go and try.
I'm pretty sure they're coming. At the end of the day, it'll be rolling around with an AK soon, like proper Robocop. Yeah. But yeah, if there's that. Also, I've got a story about a shop mobility scooter. An elderly man on a mobility scooter was travelling down a busy motorway in Melbourne before being pulled over by the police.
Yeah.
He's a hero.
Was he drunk?
I don't know. Do you know what? He reminded me of my granddad because my granddad used to do that in Withington Village.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so he'd be like, he'd go to the pub on his shop mobility and then he'd crash it on the way home pretty much most of the time.
We used to have a pisshead on where I was.
It was probably my granddad.
On the road, driving everywhere, fucking everywhere, man. It was like, oh my days. Got done driving several times, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, you're still in charge of a vehicle, aren't you?
Well, yeah.
Well, my last story. Have you got anything else you want to talk about?
Talking about vehicles, Denver Park Rangers are starting to fine people $100 and more for riding their bike 15 miles an hour or faster.
Got a speed limit on your bike?
Yeah, in the parks, man. It's
well, I suppose because if you do hit a pedestrian, and I suppose in a park, yeah.
Have you ever heard of 2 lanes?
Well, there's children running around at the end of the day.
Still ever heard of 2 lanes?
I wouldn't expect children to be running around on a motorway or on a kind of a normal road. They can run around on the pavement and stuff, but like, you know, if you were on a road or say like a main road.
Yeah, but you only need a thin piece of land to go through on a bike. When you're walking, you get like a fucking road sign. You know what I mean? So all it needs is a little track next to it. Really. Yeah, realistically, it stops all the arguments and it stops the greedy fuckers getting your money for doing fuck all wrong.
See, this is the problem though, because I'm a cyclist, right? But I can see where the argument is. It's like, as road taxpayers, right, people who drive,
which I do,
right, they say, oh well, why are we paying for the bike lanes, right? Oh, they're not only that,
they don't work as well.
They're taking up space. Now, the route that I used to cycle down, right, was a busy bike traffic. It was a very big main road, and they put a bike lane in, and I always saw at least 6 or 7 people on my journey who were using it, right, and that's busy, right? Now, bike lanes go in, and they take a while before people uptake on them. Yeah. Now, the societies are going the way it's going. That these cycle to work schemes. These, people are more inclined to bike to work, especially in the summer. And if you're lucky enough to live somewhere where you get nice weather all the time, then cycle to work every day.
Well, right? It's an easy way of solving that. Stop traffic going into cities. Done.
Yeah, and you've got to cycle in, right?
There you go. Well, healthy for you as well.
The thing is, they take time before people just start realising that they're there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And using them as a main commute route.
Yeah, but don't forget.
But you could argue then, you're coming into parks now as well, like, and you're taking up more time, more space.
Yeah, but hold on, that's just like us taking over ground where animals were there, and now we're shoving the animals out of the way and going, right, we're taking this.
Well, we've been doing that for years, haven't we?
But we're just doing that with rights on one set of people to another set of people. You know what I mean? And it is right, like you said. There are certain reasons why this could be coming, but there are also certain ways like of dealing with it.
And as well, would council tax go up because obviously it's not a road tax issue anymore, it's gone into the parks.
Yeah.
So it's like by putting a cycle lane in a park, then it becomes a park issue, which falls under council tax. Do you know what I mean? So, you know,
well,
lots of
it
different
comes
avenues.
under the range, but all they have to do is do one thing: sit down, think about what they're going to do, and then do it, where it satisfies everyone and your budget. Done.
Ideal world.
Ideal world. Yeah, but you know, it's not like it's a money grabbing scheme. That's what it is basically.
Oh, it seems
it's simply disguised as a money grabbing scheme.
Well, I've got another story here.
You offer it.
You know, there's a lot of talk about people kind of when they do pass away, like especially celebrities.
Oh yeah.
That, you know, potentially might fake their
We've had many
death.
of them go.
Yeah. So we've had Tupac, we've had Elvis.
Yeah.
We've had Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Now Michael Jackson's who I want to talk about because apparently conspiracy theorists have gone a bit nuts this week.
Wow.
Because apparently they heard Michael Jackson's voice at his son's graduation, sparking the claims that the pop icon is still alive. So
fuck off! Someone's got a radio and just gone.
He was heard at his son's Prince. Is he called Prince?
I don't know.
Yeah, Prince's graduation.
Yeah.
And a conspiracy theory has claimed Michael Jackson died in a cardiac arrest in LA on June 25th, 2009. But the so-called truth seekers refused to believe the King of Pop is dead, pointing at the suspicions that the singer is still kicking about.
You don't blame him, no.
And in February of this year, Jacko, co-producer, collaborator and producer, Teddy Riley, added further fuel to the flames when he admitted that he thought his friend was still alive.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's been so many conspiracies, especially in the 21st century. There's been so many deaths and so many conspiracies and so many, like, you know, trying to martyr him.
Yeah.
Well, and there's too much of it at the moment.
Well, a clip was taken from Jackson's son's graduation.
Yeah.
At Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles last month. And it appears to have been taken from the room overlooking the stage by a friend of the family.
Bubbles.
Prince is, probably Bubbles. Prince is seen receiving his award from a woman behind the camera, and says to the right, and it says he's right there. Then she turns to the camera back to the room, and another voice is heard saying something. So basically, they reckon that whoever was filming Prince was in a room with Michael Jackson.
No.
And that's how he was picked up on the camera. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, no, I can't, no, nice theory, but, like, no, you need to give more than, no.
Well, there's been plenty of different sort of sightings of the guy. They even speculate, there's even been conspiracy theorists who say that it was a fake body, right? He got out of the ambulance, and there's evidence to say that he got out of the ambulance when they arrived at the hospital and it was replaced with somebody else.
Yeah.
Right? There's evidence that says that he was even at his own funeral in disguise.
Okay.
Dressed as an old man. Yeah, right?
But
so, you know, I mean, there's lots of theories surrounding the Michael Jackson thing. I still do believe he's still alive. I think he was in a bit of a bad way financially.
Yeah.
When he was just about to do that tour.
He'd be fucking rich now. He would have paid his shit
that's
off
what
now.
I'm saying, because he was in financial ruin.
Yeah,
right?
well, they were saying that
they were
about
close
Tupac.
to selling Neverland off, right?
Yeah.
And mate, all of his albums went to #1. Like the week he passed away.
But the question comes as, what does it take for a person to tell the world to fuck off and leave me alone?
Well, this is to fake your death.
Yeah, but then people are still chasing that.
Yeah,
if
but
he didn't
not that
die,
many.
he's there. And
Yeah,
he
but
said,
only a
off.
small percentage. At the end of the day, it's like unless you kind of really fucking blasé about it and kind of walking down the street.
Obviously.
Then more people are going to be like, no, I've seen him, he's alive. But
Yeah,
you know, the
breaking him
fact
down.
is, exactly. But like, you know, if only a small percentage of the population don't believe the lie, then that's not an issue, is it? Because they just get put down as crazy. or kind of conspiracy theorists.
Yeah, but not necessarily. I get what you're on about, but I wouldn't necessarily say they're crazy. Conspiracy theorists, yeah, but not necessarily.
No,
crazy.
what I'm saying is
it's
generally
just following
it's
their
like,
clues.
all right then, if I walked into a hospital, into a hospital and say I believe Michael Jackson's still alive, I've seen
prove it.
Yeah, they may look at me and think you might need to see somebody, because they believe he died. Do you know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying that their opinion's wrong, because that's what's been put out to them, right?
Yeah.
So, that's the way it is. But to be fair, I mean, like I say, this could be something or nothing. It's like,
leave the man alone. He don't want to be bothered no more.
That's what I'm saying.
Alive, dead, or fucking.
I told you about,
the
the what was he called now? The guy from Taxi. He was a comedian. I think he did a film about him, a biopic.
I know what you mean, but I can't remember his name.
Yeah, Andy Kaufman.
That's the fella.
So Andy Kaufman passed away, but then turned up alive.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And this is what starts all these conspiracy
So,
theories
it's not out of the realms of possibility. We always say that. It's never
Could a guy with a canoe, he weren't famous, but he was fucking famous afterwards. When he got, what was it, put himself down for 400 grand or something, and ended up, I'm going out canoeing into the sea. Oh, whoops, he disappeared. After 7 years, you're considered dead.
Oh, right,
so
yeah.
Then his wife got the insurance money and went over to Brazil, where he's been fucking living for the last 7 years.
Yeah, that's it, innit?
And it was like, what the fuck?
See, you never know.
So famous people do it as well.
They do it as normal people,
Yeah, but sometimes the pressure might push
Of course,
them
this
that
is
way.
it. I mean, this is it. If you want just a normal life without the hassle of being
Don't be
Michael
famous.
Jackson,
Yeah.
but sometimes it's like it's all
Can't be
all
helped.
gravy in the beginning when you're a kid, you've got the attention and the girls and the money, and you got all this admiration. And then
All of a
it's all
sudden, them little
fucking
mistakes
brilliant.
come in.
But then, like you say, you kind of you're in the public eye, so you've got to be
You've got to be
careful.
a certain way,
Yeah, but then you must get sick
Can't
of
be
it.
yourself.
I can only imagine you would get sick of it.
Yeah,
So
there's a lot of famous people out there who can't be themselves. In fact, they might have even changed themselves because of it.
they've just literally morphed into someone else because
Yeah,
they're so
they're
used
actors,
to so used to portraying a character for a persona for the media.
Yeah, which I suppose in one way is not good for their health.
Yeah, fair dues.
But in another way, if they were cunts in the first place, it might have been a good thing.
They might have changed for the better.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So tit for tat,
You
good
never
and
know.
evil.
Well, there you go. Well, I think that's it for this episode, isn't it? So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got any questions or you'd like to talk about anything we've discussed on the show, then you can get us on email at neverstraightanswer@gmail.com. You can get us on Twitter. We're under NASA_never. Also on Instagram, and look all at our pretty pictures at never straight answer. I'll just generally post memes and stuff up there, really, and episode descriptions and stuff, which is cool because some interesting photos that can accompany these sort of stories.
Yes, there are interesting photos out there. Definitely.
Also, if you want to help us out, get over to Patreon. You can stick a quid, €1, or whatever you can afford. Price of a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I think it works out at about 30p a day. Yeah.
Oh,
if you want to go up
bonus,
onto the premium end, and not even that. Do you know what?
Yeah.
It's not even that. It's less than
that.
that.
Yeah, because
right?
it's only...
It's the top tier's a £5.
What?
Yeah. I mean, you can put in more though if you like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It works out all in all, what, 12 quid a year?
Yeah.
Works out a year, because there's 12 months of the year.
Yeah, that's if you put a pound in.
Yeah, which you get the benefits.
Yeah, of course, and there's a lot of extra episodes and stuff on there. So anyway, I think we've kind of pitched our wares. Not really, because you can go over to Dizzy Jam and get some merch. You can get yourself a hoodie or a t-shirt or a mug. I like the mugs, to be honest. I like the designs on all the stuff, so go and check them out because you might like them. A bit kind of retro on a few of them. So check them out. Might be adding some more stuff towards the autumn.
Yeah.
So
see what we can do.
Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Tell a friend.
Yeah.
Tell your mum, tell your dad, tell your best friend, tell your roommate.
So your grandma, take grandpa.
Tell your newborn nephew or niece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, don't tell them. Just put it in front of them.
Yeah, just put the headphones in.
Yeah. Listen to this. You'll learn something.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't need school no more.
Well, that's it. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the episode.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoy the rest of your week.
Yeah.
We will catch you next time.
We will.
Peace.
Out. John.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.